Hey guys, welcome to our review
of the no.
Hey guys, welcome to our review of Patranger featuring Lupinranger parts 1 and 2. This is the another Patranger Nigou special. And I enjoyed. Oh, it's Toku Week. We're close to the end, but we'll tell you about that later. This was fine. I do, however, feel like we were cheated out of an Ichigo and Sango story, and instead given a haphazardly put together Ichigo and Nigou story. But whatever, I guess. I don't know, man. I wasn't necessarily expecting it, but what they were presenting, I would have liked it better if it was more focused between red and pink.
Yeah. Just because I feel like that's one area we didn't get to flesh out as much in the series. It's their past because Saki is kind of the new guy, and when we kind of started off this episode, she kind of made the flashback, and we did get to see those two with the other Nigou, and he was a nice character. He wasn't really loud and getting in my face and annoying the shit out of me, but his he did kind of conflict with Keiichiro a bit, and it kind of led to an interesting dynamic. Probably wouldn't have lasted enough for full Sentai, but we also have Sakia who lasted the entire way through. So I'm not sure which one would have made the better Nigou for this series. But shoot, I liked the one that we had in the past while we had him.
Yeah, definitely. He was a lot less cringy.
I feel like this would have been nice, actually, as part of the show. Not a special that we would have had to do something extracurricular to get our hands on, which I mean that's ending up what we had to do. So we didn't have this context, we didn't have this extra bit of story leading into when the other Nigou comes back and shows up in town. And I'm sure that this could have supplemented that enough to where it felt a little bit deeper. Because I mean, one thing that we're missing in the show especially is just any kind of plot sometimes, most of the time. And so this little tidbit would have been nice in the show. So if anything, I feel cheated that this was not just a regular episode.
Yeah, it's funny that you bring up plot, because the way they introduced the plot for this episode was Noah being like, "Hey, why are you number 2?
We're in. Inciting incident.
Yep.
It's a little weird though how this ended. Now, this is the part where we may get into a little bit of spoilers for the series proper, so be prepared if you haven't already seen it. But this has to he must have been attacked by Zamigo not long after this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because he was listening to music in the end of the scene.
Yeah. So that just kind of sucks. He was in Japan instead of the France branch. That was a weird set. Try saying that.
French.
You said French. Dressing. Oh, so he wasn't there. He must have flown over to see them. But then, Zamigo happened, and he stole his face. Give me your face, as it were. I don't know. That's a little tragic to me.
Yeah, but it'll work,
Yeah,
I kind of felt for the dude, and kind of seeing him being in the restaurant and hearing that he's been replaced, but in a good way.
Again, why this could have been a much better thing to know ahead of time, thing that we had watched in order.
Especially since they try to use that emotional pull in the series.
Yeah.
Right?
Go ahead.
They gave us the payoff without the setup, and we just had to assume that it all worked. I mean, luckily for, this instance, it kind of did. Because now it gives that scene a lot more weight, but like Michael was saying, why did you relegate this to the premium service that not everyone's going to get their hands on?
Yeah.
This is your main story. What is it doing off in the distance.
This could have been vital for just Patranger development type stuff. Like
no, it's vital for the plot because it's like right towards the climax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It even involves the Lupinrangers as well, so it makes no sense for this to not be in the series. But
yeah.
I don't know. I enjoyed myself for the most part.
Wait, hold on, stop. Who's tapping?
Not me.
So what was my point there?
You enjoyed yourself
I liked it for the most part, but at the end, when it felt like Saki was trying to force this to become his story, and I mean, I know it was kind of where they're doing it
it seriously wasn't.
Yeah,
it in no way was, and I mean, never mind. Go ahead. I'll say this after.
Yeah, for the most part, it was about Pattern Ichigo's kind of issue with that one dude and all the stuff that he kind of caused with Nigou, but we didn't really resolve that. All we saw was that he put him in the hospital and he was probably fine. What happened to him afterwards? We're kind of missing that piece. But they also had the little chunk at the beginning where it's why are you number 2? And they just kind of tied that to that plot point, and I just didn't like it because it's I have to be the best support dude. I have to be the support leader. Ugh.
What I really don't understand is if there is this pecking order of 1, 2, and 3, why isn't Saki just number 3? Right? Because I feel one, this story would have made a lot more sense for the entire thing if it was Ichigo or if it was Red and Pink focused, right? So if you made those two the higher ups, them supporting each other, and then them sort of allowing Green into their circle, they're bringing him into the fold for Patrangers, then it would be Sakia supporting both of them. And then them sort of acknowledging him as part of the team. And then after that, then you can still have all the emotional stuff with the original, right? Why did we have to sideline Pink? What's wrong with Tsukasa?
A lot of things.
Such as?
In this series, apparently, she's not allowed to have any character development.
I know!
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Whoa. Because she's easily one of the best.
Yeah, it's honestly surprising whenever she talks. And your point actually made a lot of sense, and it kind of makes me a little bit more salty towards this episode. Yeah, because it kind of just belittles Sakia to just being that dude's replacement, I mean, he's better. He's a better replacement, but that doesn't really add much of flavor to him being in that team.
And it establishes again this weird Patranger pecking order that just never existed in the show. Stop!
I mean, sorry, that was me adjusting something, but that's just okay. The authority system in the Patran, little office space is just bullshit. Okay, I don't even know what Hilltop and or Jimmy Carter are doing.
Well, no, he was calling, himself, Nigou. That's kind of saying oh, he's the second in command, right? But really,
he's number 2.
Yeah.
He's the second one to get the uniform, or maybe it was color coded. And that's what I assumed the entire series. She picked 3 because it was Pink.
They didn't explain why Pink didn't get moved up. There was no explanation.
Yeah, there was.
Maybe she secretly hates Red this entire series. They just decided not to focus on it.
I don't know. I'm still riding that ship. Everyone's on the Lupinranger and Lupin Red and
the double red.
Yeah. Everyone's on that ship, but I'm still on the Pink and Red.
I want to be on that ship, but just dude, the chemistry between the two Reds is they get right up in their faces.
But you haven't seen the offset chemistry of the two. It's freaking adorable, and I feel like we're missing out, and I'm very upset.
Alright. I have
You
some thoughts
guys!
for that, but not for this review.
Mhm.
You guys, anything else?
No, you're done.
Cool. That almost wraps up our entire Lupat coverage. We have just one more. Well, technically two more things because there's a Lupat. Why are you doing this?
What the heck?
Why? Did you bring props? There is, we still have the Lupinranger versus Patranger versus Q-Ranger crossover to get through. But before, for now, this is going to be it. The final thing we're gonna do for Lupat. Tomorrow is going to be the full series review. What our entire Toku Week has been leading up to, so get excited for that. Guys, thanks for watching. Keep it juicy. Oh, and happy Toy Fair.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Later.
Well, hey, my toy.
Isn't it like Lunar New Year? Like, or it was last week or something, right?
It's last week. I had all a bunch of family. I mean, I didn't have to, but...